Thank you, Peter, for that lovely introduction. I do sound better on paper, I think. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to join you tonight. It is my great pleasure to be here and to bring greetings on behalf of our Premier, Alison Redford, and all of my colleagues at the Alberta Legislature. And first of all, I really do want to thank the Van Horne Institute and its partners for hosting tonight's event. And one of the things that I think is so great about the Van Horne Institute is its idea that the discussion about transportation is such an important one. And I was saying a little bit earlier, during the last election campaign, I door knocked about 10,000 homes in 5 weeks, so it was a lot of walking. So one of the things that I had the opportunity to have a conversation with the constituents of Calgary Northwest at so many doors was the fact that over the next 10 years, we're going to grow by 1 million people in this province. It's 100,000 people a year. And if you're not deeply concerned about transportation and infrastructure issues in this province, then it is a very worrisome thing. And one of the things we talked about endlessly was the fact that if we don't decide that we're going to be proactive about an infrastructure build in this province, we are in big trouble. All of those people when we talked at the doors know that those folks are moving to the suburbs for the most part. And we need our LRT. We need our transportation. We need our roads and our highways. We need our overpasses. We talked a little bit earlier about the concept of high-speed rail. I love that idea. For those of us who travel that highway multiple times a week between Calgary and Edmonton, this is a discussion that needs to happen. And so I am so glad that there is someone who is taking the lead on this discussion and who understands and appreciates the idea that borrowing money to build infrastructure today benefits us, benefits our children, benefits our children's children. This is a huge and important concept. And so I am so glad that that discussion is happening. And really glad that we can be here to celebrate the accomplishments and achievements so far for women in the supply chain and share our vision about what we can achieve in the future. Supply chain is a fast-growing sector with potential labor shortages in the next decade. We know that's going to happen. We are hearing that in discussions I've had over the last number of months. Labor shortages are something that is going to be a key concern in so many sectors across this province. These are issues we need to sit down, we need to have a discussion about this and come up with some kind of a blueprint for the future. There are more and more women entering this field, and I'm so glad to see it. Much like politics, it's an area that requires some fortitude and perseverance, and I really appreciate it when strong women that I know decide to make that leap into an area that isn't traditionally one that they've been accepted into over time. And the Van Horne Institute, in partnership with many other institutions, is really working to attract and provide women who wish to have a career in the supply chain with the skills and the expertise needed. And one of our government's top priorities is to make sure that Alberta is competitive in the global market. And that's why our government and our Minister of Enterprise and Advanced Education supports initiatives just like this one in trying to make our labor force stronger and more competitive. I want to thank all of you for everything you do in this industry, for your work as pioneers, for your efforts and for your courage and your perseverance. And thank you very much for the opportunity to come here tonight.